thing is moving a bunch. Well, I don't think that's the ball joints. Might be the hub. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. What I'm working on here today is a 2000 Chevy Silverado 2500 3/4 ton 4x4 truck. I originally thought that the ball joints were no good, so I had them on hand. When I got in here, I realized it looks like probably the wheel hub assembly, and I did not have that on hand. But I called the wife. I ordered it online, had the wife pick it up. She was in town, so then I got started. And right here, what we got right here is the brake caliper assembly. There's two bolts for that, and I think they're 21 millimeters or 13/16. They come off. They're on there pretty tight, and that thing's heavy. When you put it up top there, you want to have a rubber strap, rubber bungee cord to hold it up there. You don't want it to hang by the hose. This here cap, you got to get it out of there. I use a chisel and a screwdriver, come right out. It's my real neat invention there. That's that pry bar holds that thing nice and snug for you. To get that 35 millimeter or 1 3/8 axle bolt off. Now here you got the four 15 millimeter bolts that hold the wheel hub assembly onto your steering knuckle there. They're in there pretty good, but easy to get out, easy to get to. I turn the wheel left and then right with the back and front ones. And this hub, this wheel was moving, as you saw at the beginning of the video, that it was moving a lot. As you can see, use a braking bar to break these bolts loose, and then use a ratchet to finish them. But once this thing is out, you just tap it a few times with a hammer, and it'll come right off. You might have to use a screwdriver. You can see it start to come loose there. Use a screwdriver, wedge it in there, pop it out. This is a 23-year-old truck, so it's been in there a minute. You just put that bolt back on a little bit, and then you're going to tap it. You're not going to beat the daylights out of it. Just tap it a little bit, get that axle out. It'll come out pretty easy. Mine did. And this is a pretty old rusty truck, as you can see. It's an old Ohio truck, so a lot of salt on that thing. Let it come out, and then your hub is out. Once this thing is out, we can check the back of it here. The seal is just completely rusted out and gone. That probably contributed to the demise of this here unit. It's no good. That shield right there, that dust shield or heat shield, whatever it is, I'm not putting that back on. It's all rusty and I don't like it. I think my brakes will run cooler without it anyway. So get rid of that thing, and let's get the new one. We got our new one here, looking real nice and shiny. Paid about $220 for it. They had them up to $300. I didn't feel like going that expensive for a truck this age. It's not going to be around for another 23 years, I wouldn't expect, at least not for daily use. So those high winters will do a number on your suspension and your underneath, your undercarriage on your vehicle, boy, tear them right up. So we'll put this on here. Make sure your that cord, which is for your ABS sensors in there, make sure it's up there on the top where it belongs, and then you're going to route that through the route that it was before. It's got all the new connectors and all that for those points. You grab your 15 millimeters and you can just hand start them. Always hand start them. I never fire stuff off with wrenches or whatever, because if you get them cross-threaded, you're in trouble. So once we get these all torqued down and tightened down, I don't have torque numbers on these. When you buy your part, you can get your torque specs and put a torque wrench on them. I just snug everything up nice and tight with a pry bar at the end. Make sure everything's nice and tight. I don't go so tight that I'm going to break bolts, but I've never had anything fall off on me. But you should definitely get the torque specs from the place where you get your part, or look them up online, and you should use a torque wrench on yours. I'm comfortable with my mechanic abilities, and I'm comfortable with my vehicles, and I'm the only one who drives them, so I don't use them. I do on some things, but something like this I don't. But they're snug, they're tight. Everything is good on my truck. Alright, we got them all snug down. You put your axle bolt back on here. Hand starting. Of course, this thing's huge threads. It's a big bolt. And use that 1-inch socket set I got. What a beast of a set that is. Okay, so now we put our rotor back on here. I got the caliper back on. Ended up the camera angle wasn't right, and you couldn't really see me putting the caliper back on. So it's back on, tightening it down now with this 21 millimeters. There's one at the top, one at the bottom. Obviously, get your torque specs from your auto parts dealer or online. I don't know. Maybe you know a mechanic. Anyway, once this is done, it's pretty much putting the tire back on it. So if you have any questions or comments, put them down below in the comment section. This here is just putting the analog brake system sensor wire, run it the same exact route that it was run before. Piece of cake, pretty easy to do. And this job, it's not really that hard. Took me about an hour. Might take you a little bit less time, maybe more. But if you got any questions, drop a comment down in there. If the video helped you out at all, hit me with a like and a sub. Sub would be great. But it's really not a bad job. I'll probably be doing the other side as well. I might be able to streamline that video a little bit. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully this video helped you out some. And we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.